Okay, hello and welcome. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing pretty good. There was no stream yesterday because, you know, schedules, things have to change, so things get bumped up and all that. Anyway, so it's time now. So, yeah, let's play some more, TIE Fighter. Last time we managed to finish pretty much the first tour of duty in one session, which was pretty good. Even though the last mission left me feeling very unsatisfied because I died in the process of completing it. Apparently that's just a thing in this game, so I'm gonna have to live with it. What else? So yeah, I guess we'll see whether we can complete a second tour of duty. I think they're called battles in this game, but, or missions? I don't know which. Tour of duty to me sounds more clear-cut as to what we're actually doing. Anyway, let me just load it up here. Ah, good, I can cut the LucasArts symbol at the beginning. Okay, there, and there. There we go.
Enter your name, pilot.
Yes. There we are. We're ranked captain. And we're playing on medium difficulty. Let's have a look at our medals. These are the training ones. Again, I haven't done those. That's the combat medallion. And here's our battle one, which tour of duty one, basically. Medal of Redemption. We have 3 of the secondary goals completed. I don't know whether this is 3 out of 6 or not. I didn't look that up. And we have 1 bonus mission done, so yay. We also have this. We're a first initiate of the Secret Order of the Emperor. We'll see how far along we go with that. I'm not looking to do a 100% run of this. It is my first time playing through this. So, let's just continue on through. I will try not to get too caught up on whether I complete a mission properly or not. If we complete it, so be it. Okay, Battle 2. The Seppan Civil War. End a prolonged civil war. Okay. Let's see. Also, let me just go back. It's neat that this is, like, animated the same as it is when we zoom in on it. Does it go through the entire mission at a distance there? It looks like it does. And that would be unique for every mission? That's kind of impressive. Though, they might have just taken the footage of the, which you see in full screen here, and then angled it, and just had the, just modified the GIF to fit there. And they're just playing it through normally. So, but still, it's nice that it's actually unique for every mission. I kind of thought it was just a generic, screen, but it's actually this. We have received a distress signal from a Republic convoy under attack by Dimok marauders. Okay. Respond to SOS. The Dimok attackers are using a modified Corellian corvette and several Y-wings. Ooh. Okay. 6 TIE fighters will deploy in 2 groups. TIE Fighter Alpha, us, and TIE Fighter Eta to attack the Y-wings. Okay. Additionally, 3 TIE bombers, Beta, will deploy to engage the corvette. We just move my monitor here again. The Dimoks are to be driven off, not annihilated, so be sure to let some of them escape. Okay. I have to send a signal, I guess. Those that escape will report back to their leaders. They will realize the Empire means to end this war. Yeah. Okay. So, defeat Y-Wings and Corvette. Well, Y-Wings, actually, because we're in TIE Fighters. And I don't think we've got missiles. Okay. Hello, Flight Officer. What have we got to say? What's the objectives of this mission? The Seppan peoples have been torn apart by civil war for generations. Each of the rival factions, the Republic and the Dimoks, is guilty of committing atrocities against the other. Could they have chosen better names? Admiral Harkov has been given the task of bringing an end to this civil war. Your objective is to save as much of the Ripperbless convoy as possible. This will be accomplished by destroying enough of the attacking Dymoks to force the rest to withdraw. The survivors will report back to their leaders. Hopefully, their leaders will quickly realize they have no hope against the might of the Imperial Navy. I mean, if they're functioning within the Empire, couldn't we just, like, stick, like, Imperial policemen on them? I guess we kind of are. So, what do I know? I don't know. I was thinking, like, if they're fighting each other, wouldn't that be, like, causing a breach of the peace? And you can just, like, sue them or something? I don't know. Prevent the families or the clans from being able to trade anywhere until they sort their stuff out. What craft will I be flying? You will fly a TIE fighter designated Alpha 2. Your flight group will consist of 3 craft. Follow your flight leader during the mission. You will be accompanied by TIE Fighter Eta and TIE Bomber Beta. TIE Bomber Delta and TIE Interceptor Gamma are standing by. Yeah, that's something which I realized when I looked up some footage of this. Apparently you can actually call in reinforcements. Pardon me. I don't know the shortcut key to be able to do that. So... and I don't particularly feel like looking it up at the moment, so I guess we'll just continue without that. What will we be flying? Oh yeah, you've just talked about that. I keep confusing the blue text as ones which I haven't asked, and the grayed out ones as ones which I have asked. What opposition will there be? The Dymoks operate a number of Y-Wings. Their fleet of capital ships is small, but includes a variety of small to medium starships. Many are converted merchantmen, but at least one is a Mon Calamari light cruiser with a squadron of Z-95s. Wouldn't there also be laws against, like, trade families or whatever getting too, like, heavy armament? I guess Mon Calamari light cruisers, I think all the Mon Calamari cruisers are actually, like, pleasure ships, like space liners, and the Rebels ones are convertible war, so they would be perfectly fine, except for the ones which the Rebels have outfitted with heavier weapons. So, whatever. Maybe it's also just too difficult, because there'd be a lot of people in the Empire. You just have to deal with the situations as they pop up. It would be impossible to, like, police everywhere. That's enough for now. Oh, what's this? How may I serve the Emperor? Do as your commander orders, but pay attention to everything around you. Inspect the cargo contents of the convoy if you get the opportunity. We have reason to believe everything is not as it seems in the Civil War. Okay, inspect cargo. So what is there? That's one of those cargo ships. And I guess also inspect the shuttles. Maybe the Corvette too? So, damn it. You change one thing on your desk, and suddenly... Oh, pencil. Everything is out of position, and everything is ruined. Okay, fine. There we go. Okay, let's start. Yep. No missiles, so just X-Wing. TIE Fighter. Back in the coffin. Okay. Ripperbless convoy requesting assistance. We are under attack. Throttle up and follow your flight leader. Yeah, okay. Okay. I am going as fast as I can, aren't I?
Target destroyed.
Yeah, they, like, sped off. Imperials, our Dymok forces are seizing illegal war supplies. Dymok? We cannot permit the Ripperbless craft to escape. Yeah, okay. Don't interfere, Imperials, or you will be fired upon. I'm pretty sure there is a way to read, like, past logs. Oh, that's a new one. You can actually, like, get a zoom up of the ship. Okay. Also, I want to check these conveyors. Full speed.
Target destroyed.
I don't think you get yelled at if you, like, break formation. Munitions. Munitions.
Alpha 2, target destroyed.
And...
Alpha 2, mission critical craft under attack. Alpha 2, mission critical craft under attack.
Imperial Arms.
Secondary mission objectives complete.
Ooh. Do you have our stuff? Naughty, naughty. These craft must be impounded.
Alpha
2 is discovered.
Target destroyed.
Ripperless convoy. Surrender your vessels for inspection. 1 cargo ferry.
Judy, Alpha 2.
Okay, is there anything else I should take note of? That's ours. That's something. What is that? Oh, that's a cargo carrier.
Target destroyed.
Okay, that shuttle got destroyed. Oh.
Target destroyed.
I am not going full speed. Modified Corvette Falks. Dimok. Okay.
Alpha 2, mission critical craft under attack.
That's a Corellian Corvette.
Primary mission objectives
No.
completed.
Not Corellian Corvette. What's it called? Okay. You may return to the Protector's hangar now. Wow, that was pretty easy. Let me see. Where's my mission objectives? 25% of all Dimok craft were destroyed. At least one of the modified and conveyor group ASPO has survived. 100% of modular convoy group ASPO was inspected. That is... Do I want to investigate that? Is there anything else? I'll fly towards it. If it ends up hyperspacing out, then so be it. What else is there? Everyone's returning to the, yeah, it's a Victory class Star Destroyer. So cool. I appreciate the, wider variety of, Star Destroyers I have in this. Maybe I was supposed to, like, identify the shuttles as well? Because I didn't get a bonus objective. Oh well. This could be rather foolhardy of me to do this, but... if we don't attack it, maybe nothing bad will happen.
Target disabled.
Also, okay. I can identify it from a greater distance. Oh yeah, the you can actually see the I think they actually captured the oh no, they've disabled it. Frigate Beta. Alpha 2. Inspect ESA alarm before they get to transport Epsilon. Where? Oh, there.
Alpha 2, this is Delta 1. Target destroyed.
Well, I would have identified it, but my buddies destroyed it. Your door. Okay, the Calamari cruises into hyperspace. Again, don't fly head on. That's a bad time. Okay, it's been inspected. I mean, everyone's attacking it, so... Oh boy. Stop.
Alpha 2, target disabled.
Ow.
Excellent work. Alpha 2, target destroyed.
Okay. We did good. We get a pat on the head. They must be annoyed at me. I'm just like, they're like, return to the hangar. I'm like, nah, I've got things to do. Why are you not obeying your orders? A man in a robe told me to do different. I see. Where is this man? He's right over there. What? Well, he was over there. You haven't disabled this one. There you go.
Target disabled.
Joystick, it would be good if you stopped drifting. Any moment. Watch as it gets worse. There we go. That's better. No, it's moving slightly. Oh well, whatever. I did have a look at other joysticks. Since I just purchased this one, I'll probably hold off on getting another one. We'll see how long this one lasts. I think the other one recommended was like 120 Australian dollars. 250 if I got it was the side throttle thingy. I don't think I'll get both of those pieces. That's a little bit more intense than what I'm looking for. Though it would be cool, but I think I'd just get the joystick on its own. I don't think we could turn to the hangar, but... Like, are you going to... What are you doing? Are you just going to fly between these, or... Fine, whatever. Let's go back home. We can have a look at the, victory class. Up close, that is. Without fear of being shot. I'll just use up my lasers, just in case. I don't want to accidentally shoot it. Yeah, I like the victory class with its fins on the side and the big prong it's got on the bridge for detecting. I think you can also, like, in this game, target specific I think you can target, like, specific parts of a ship. So, this is something which I knew from X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. You see this triangle here, and the ones up there. Those are actually the cannons on the ship. There's also a gun there, a turbo laser there. But these are where the lasers emit from on the hull. I don't remember whether X-Wing versus TIE Fighter has these types of turrets here. But it definitely has these ones. It looks like you could destroy this bit on the end of the nose there as well. I guess that's maybe like a radar or something. I don't know. But apparently there is a way to, like...
Capture operation begun.
Okay, thank you. There is a way to, like, destroy specific components. I guess that's the bridge of the victory class. I don't remember it being like that.
Capture operation complete.
Kind of looks like they've just stuck the cockpit of a oh, hello. Of a Corvette on the front. I guess there's still stuff going on. Good thing I hung around. Okay, charge up lasers. They're linked? Good. If I could only get one shot off every time before I have to turn and dodge, I think I want them linked. Okay, you're nearly charged up. Good.
Target destroyed.
Well, I didn't identify you. But my buddy was attacking you. Okay. So, are you just... I guess you're flying between the different cargo ships and capturing them one after the other. I have to wait for that? I like the musical riffs I have in this. They've had to redo the Imperial music to sound a bit more heroic. I did also listen to some of the soundtrack for this using a different MIDI sound font, and it was quite the improvement over this just being like default Windows MIDI sound font or something, or whatever DOSBox uses for default. I don't think I'll be changing it though. Partly because I don't know how to. I think it's just changing an INI file and swapping the like emulated system out or something, but I'm not looking for to have it as accurate as possible. I think the only real way I could get that was if I owned the actual MIDI device myself, and I don't, and I don't really have any desire to. They can be kind of expensive, as nice as they would be. I would also have to learn how to use one.
Alpha 2, begin capture operation.
Okay. I like how he's giving me orders, and not Alpha 1 there. I kind of wish I could return to the Star Destroyer and get healed up.
Capture operation complete.
I wonder if that's something the Empire would actually allow during a battle. If you took damage in your unshielded craft, could you return for spot repairs and then head out again? Like, maybe you'd have to ask for permission first. I feel like they would have some kind of system for, like, in-flight repairs or something. I'm imagining some kind of like a oh, what do you call it? Pit stop for TIE fighters. They like have their have like repairmen with their what are they called? Like powered screws and all that ready. Take off the wings, replace them with new ones, and rivet them back on. The TIE bombers are like just entering and exiting the hangar over and over again.
Capture operation.
Okay. Maybe something will happen after he's done the last one.
Alpha 2, capture operation complete.
Frigate Aspo has been seized and will be taken to our nearest base. Current target. Protector. All craft maintain standby patrol until Aspo is safely away. Yeah. Okay. I like that it's got sort of... I've hung around here for like, I think 10 more minutes than I've had to. But, like, the mission's still going. There's still messages relating to what's going on occurring. That's neat. I just match my speed with you, sir. There it goes. Okay. I think I just have to maybe wait for the transport Epsilon here to enter the hangar. Pardon me. That means we can fly over and have another look at the Star Destroyer. I did have a look at the engines. Also, we might want to be close to this because I don't know whether, if this transport goes in, whether the Star Destroyer will just hyperspace away. They might get sick of me. Okay, let's enter. Oh. There we go. Hey, bonus objectives. Transporter Epsilon 1 has completed mission. Modular convoy Asmo 3 was captured. Nice! Actually got our bonus goals completed. Returning from battle was victory for the Emperor. Entrance to the secret order of the Emperor. I wonder where that is. So,
the Emperor above all others.
Neat. I think they made my arm mark bigger. Are we the bad guys? All primary goals completed. You don't smile at that? Oh, 2 out of 4 bonus goals. There was actually 2 more. Maybe identify the shuttles, which I didn't. One of them got destroyed before I got too close to it. Yeah, you're happy. Well, I'm sorry. Those weren't ours, though, were they? Whatever. What have I accomplished? You have prevented the destruction of the Republic's convoy. Also, you have helped send a clear and firm signal to the Dimok leadership that the Empire will not tolerate any further aggression on their part. I know I keep switching between Dimok and Dimok. Whatever. Isn't that the name of the bat thingies from the asteroid? No, that's Minok. Okay, that's enough for now. What have you got to say? What have I accomplished? You have uncovered some very alarming evidence. There is no legitimate way the Republic could have acquired Imperial armaments. Remain vigilant. We will speak again. Okay. Yeah. You're pretty impressive. Ah, but you lose ships. Yeah, give them shields. They'll last longer. Okay. Yeah, let's continue. Pardon me. The Separd Civil War, Mission 2, Intercept Attack. We are going to intercept a Ripperblus reprisal raid on... on a Dimok Deep Space Research Facility. You actually get to see another space station. Just. The raiding forces are made up of a pair of modified Corellian corvettes and several assault transports. TIE Bomber Beta will deploy to destroy one of the corvettes as an example to the rest of them. Okay, we actually get to choose. The loss should convince the Republics to break off their attack. If not, continue the attack. Okay. We are not seeking complete destruction of the attackers. We merely want to force a withdrawal. The Republic's leadership must also be taught that further acts of aggression will be severely punished. Okay. What do you got to say? Oh, no, hang on. We have to talk to the flight operator first. Flight officer. The separate civil war threatened to break out in full fury. The Republics are angered by the Darmok's previous raid on their supply convoy. They are seeking vengeance by attacking a Darmok space installation. The Empire's goal is to prevent this conflict from mushrooming and spilling over into neighboring star systems. Therefore, Imperial forces must stop either side from gaining the advantage. To this end, you must help to drive off the attacking Republic forces before they can do too much damage to the Darmok space station. When they've taken sufficient losses, they will withdraw. Again, couldn't we just, like, I don't know, freeze their assets or something? What craft are you flying? You will fly a TIE bomber, designated Beta 2. Your flight group consists of 3 TIE bombers. For this mission, your craft is armed with the standard load of 8 proton torpedoes. What opposition will there be? There are presently 2 modified Corellian corvettes and 4 assault transports attacking the station. The MCRVs are not yet in range, but the ATRs are launching torpedoes. The Republics have a modified Nebulon B-2 frigate and more ATRs in reserve. These will enter the battle piecemeal. All of these craft are well armed and dangerous for almost any angle of approach. Your best tactic is to stay outside of cannon range as much as possible. The Darmok station itself is well armed and is defended by 3 Z-95s and a pair of escort shuttles. Okay. So my objective is to destroy one of their, What was my objective? Modified Corellian corvettes. This doesn't say anything about the, Nebulon B-2 frigates. Destroy one of the corvettes. Doesn't say the transports. So just one of these. Then they're behind. Okay. I'm gonna have to get past you. This one, I guess I'll go for. Cylinder. It's closer. Just want to see whether I missed anything. Okay, that's it. How may I serve the Emperor? The Darmoks claim this is a scientific research station. Naturally, we are concerned to know what kind of research. As opportunity allows, attempt to inspect the platform and nearby cargo containers. Okay. Couldn't the Star Destroyer scan them for range? I guess I want to do it surreptitiously. So me flying by them will be less suspicious than, I guess, the Star Destroyer inspecting them. Okay, we got torpedoes. Okay, blast rating of 100 BLS, exit velocity of 120 MGLT, homes for up to 60 seconds. Okay. It's bomber time. It throws me off slightly that the angle doesn't change during that. There's a side station just requesting assistance. Attention Imperials, we are under attack. Can you help us? 1 assault transport, 2 kilometers. Republic forces, cease your attack at once. Uh-oh. Imperials, this is not science station. Something or other. Z-95 Headhunter Able 1 has been destroyed. There is actually TIE fighters! They could have mentioned that we were going to have cover. Okay, so there's a... Hell, like, there was a ship called Pelum. Assault Transport Sword has entered hyperspace. Okay. Let's, go identify these space footballs. Physics. Weapons. Okay, there's some weapons in there. Naughty, naughty.
Superb work, Beta 2. Secondary mission objectives completed.
What's this say? Dimewalk. Okay. Where's that? Cylinder. There we go. I think I might want to be able to blind fire at this. It might shoot down my torpedoes if I don't.
Beta 2. Mission critical installation under attack.
Yeah.
Beta 2. Mission critical craft under attack. Beta 2. Mission critical craft. Shields down. Beta 2. Mission critical craft. Hull condition critical. Beta 2. Mission critical craft destroyed. Beta 2. Mission critical craft. Shields down. Beta 2. Mission critical craft. Hull condition critical. Beta 2. Mission critical craft destroyed. Target destroyed. Excellent shooting. Beta 2. Target destroyed.
Ah. I think they destroyed it. Oh, apparently the platform's destroyed? No, it's not destroyed. That one has to survive. Oh, okay, yeah. That doesn't mean that it, that doesn't mean that it's failed. It just means that it has to have happened. Okay. It has to continue to live. Oh, we've got interceptors. Okay. Oh, the cylinder is taking some shield damage. Come on. Me. Okay, that might be a bad idea. You may reload torpedoes by having something, what's it called? Resupply you. Oh, that's a thing. Yeah, right. Well, we don't need to be stinking reloaded. We can just destroy this by shooting at it. Because we're just awesome like that. Oh, come on. Boo!
Beta 2. Mission critical installation. Shields down. Excellent work. Target destroyed. Primary mission objectives complete. Target disabled.
Okay, I mean, it hasn't been it hasn't been disabled. I think you're one of the ones I'm supposed to destroy. These colors
Capture operation. Begin capture operation.
do make it very difficult to tell. Though, as I mentioned, again, we're not looking to destroy everything. We're just looking to force a retreat.
Capture operation complete.
Yeah, he's getting out of here.
Capture operation complete.
How do I, hold on. I'm actually going to, take time to look at this, rather than me going, oh, I don't know how to do it. I'll just suck it up and, look at the, reference card. Okay, let's see. Oh, L is mission log. Okay. Shift Z displays wingman commands. Okay. Shift B. Tell resupply ship to board and reload your craft. Throttle to 0. Yeah. Okay, okay, so Shift B and L. Okay then. There's my questions answered. Were you supposed to destroy those? Oh, I like that. We've confiscated their lab module. Oh, maybe they're trying to stop us from making off with their stuff. Okay. I think it's the tug, which I need to go to reload my torpedoes. Not that I really need them anymore. Yeah, because it's got cargo of torpedoes. Oh, look at the little tug. Looking for craft aboard. It's without purpose. Let's go give it a purpose. I think it was Shift D. Let's see. There's the log. Nice. That's basically exactly what I was wishing for in X-Wing. And it's got the time listed next to them as well. Nice. Okay. I don't really mind the bomber missions. You are in a slower vessel, but it'd be quite neat to try and, like, get to your target while surviving. Though you really do just have one purpose to, like, offload torpedoes, and that's it. Hello, welcome, Wex. I hope you're doing well. I have to check that reference card again. Let's see. Shift B, not Shift D.
Beta 2, Beta 2.
Yes, that's me, Beta 2.
Beta 2, begin reload operation.
Oh, look at it, we've got a friend.
Reload operation complete.
Yay. Okay, so we've got that. Oh, we've captured the platform as well. We've just confiscated all their stuff. I think... we have done everything. So I think we can go back to the Protector now. Again, I like that we've sort of got a parent ship here in the Protector. It's been with us for a few missions. Hello, welcome, welcome. Let's go. I think we're finished. Primary mission was a success. All primary goals are completed. All secondary goals completed. 5 of 6 bonus goals completed. I wonder what the next one was. Oh well. Yay, he's happy. Again, he's upset. Oh well. What did we accomplish? By intercepting a Ripple-plus attack on the Dymox, we demonstrated that the Empire favors neither side in this conflict. Soon they will all learn to obey Imperial rule. Okay. What have we got to say? You have discovered the existence of a weapons lab and played a role in its capture. Congratulations. Such initiative is rare. Yay. I have conflicting opinions of having your approval, sir. The Seppan Civil War, Mission 3. Rescue war refugees. Some Ripple-plus refugees of the Civil War have hijacked System Patrol Craft Glass. These things go by a bit quick and are seeking asylum. Do we have to protect them from attackers? The SPC has no hyperdrive, but it's accompanied by a pair of Lambda-class shuttles providing escort. Okay. Their own government is trying to stop them. A team of Y-Wings and shuttles have just arrived. TIE Interceptor Gamma, 3 craft, will intercept the Y-Wings, while TIE Fighter Alpha, 3 craft, will attack the shuttles. Scramble! Okay, we're in an interceptor. SPC Glass must be kept safe long enough to dock with the Protector and transfer everyone aboard. That's something you don't hear about the Imperials doing. The Glass will then be fitted with decoys and abandoned. Their shuttle will be enter our hangar. What? You mean you're gonna, like, fill the transport up with straws, with like, with, like, stuffed copies of the people or something? I just imagine all the chairs filled up with, like, yeah, with, like, straw dummies or something. Blow up copies of the people. They're bothered and they're like, no, they're the Imperials, they played us for fools. Okay, so we're in the Interceptor. It's our task to stuff copies of people, not just lookalikes. Oh, I didn't see the thing. Let's see. Intercept the Y-Wings. Okay, that's our job. Oh, cloaked figure hasn't appeared. Stuff copies of the people. Oh, you mean like clones? Like, draw stuffed clones of them. Get the people, stuff them full of straw, and then just put them back onto the transport. You're decoys now. Okay, let's go hunt some Y-Wings. SPC Glass hailing VSD Protector. We formally request asylum. Okay, where are you? Over there. I just have to figure out which way we're going. It's interesting that the TIE Interceptor attacks from top lasers to bottom lasers and then back again, whereas the X-Wing fires in a cross pattern. Let's pick up some speed. Unable to comply, our orders are to stop these ships. Oh, let's see what they were saying. Protected to Glass. Asylum granted. TIE Interceptor Gamma will rendezvous. Attention inbound craft. This is VSD Protector. Glass and its escorts are under our protection. Do not attack. Unable to comply, our orders are to stop these ships. Final warning. Turn back or be destroyed. TIE Interceptor Gamma. Engage the Y-Wings and protect the shuttles. Okay. It'd be neat if, like, maybe 1 or 2 of their numbers actually turned around and fled. They're like, nope, I'm not dealing with this. This is nice. Y-Wings don't have rear turrets. But we still have to be careful. Hey, that one's mine.
Excellent work, Ammo 2.
Lambda 4 has entered hyperspace. Oh, its escort shuttles just abandoned it. Do they? Okay. We just have to go after the Y-Wings. The other ones aren't our concern. That one's for the TIE fighters to deal with. I thought it was turning towards me. Okay.
Good hunting.
Let's actually inspect these. Okay, Ripperbless. Ripperbless. Okay. Where's Glass? You should be heading towards the Star Destroyer. Oh, you're really slow. Let me just inspect you. Make sure you don't have, like, a bomb on board or something. This all could be an elaborate ruse. Okay. Wonder what that probe's for.
Target destroyed.
What? Technicians? Oh, more Y-Wings. Another raiding party has gathered. Okay, Baker. How are they arrayed? Let me just have a look at the map. Where's Glass? There's Glass. Ooh, they've appeared right in the path of it. Okay. Speed. Because speed is so important, I'm having to like fly around with my lasers on not charge.
This is Alpha 1. Target destroyed.
Nope. Wait, are you shooting me or are you shooting someone else? You better not be trying to disable that shuttle. There we go. There's still this shuttle. All the way over there. Is that a problem? Do we need to deal with that? I'll stay near the I'll stay near this. I don't want to get ahead of myself and just leave the whole reason why we're out here all alone. Why are you so slow? You're not even moving. Come on.
Target destroyed.
You're not disabled. Are you waiting for the Star Destroyer to get over here? Oh, I think you're waiting for... The Star Destroyer looks like it's getting closer. Maybe.
This is Alpha 1. Target destroyed.
Okay. Okay. Hang on. I feel like I've... Yeah, I was going to say. I feel like I turned some of the graphics off. Yeah, because the shading was all harsh. I turned off the Gouraud shading. Imagine back to the time period where turning that on and off could have a significant impact to your game's...
This is Alpha 2. Target destroyed.
Your game's frame rate and all that. Well. I mean, those shuttles aren't really my problem. What? Oh. Right. I forgot. When you do this and zoom in on the target, it like... You get the sound effects of what's happening from over there. I thought something had blown up near us, but no. It also angles it relative to me. Current destination, hyperspace point. Okay.
This is Alpha 1. Target destroyed.
It's not flying home anymore.
This is Alpha 1. Target destroyed.
Okay. Again, I could help them with that, but I can't remember which shuttles are the ones we're supposed to leave and which ones are the bad ones, so... I'm just letting them sort it out. It's because they're coloured all the same. It doesn't say like, oh, this one's an enemy. And it's flying to the rendezvous point. You're really just going to sit there, aren't you? Hmm. Okay, TIE fighters have entered the hangar. I think the TIE fighters are like cycling in and out. Because these ones just popped up. When the other ones entered the hangar. How fast are you flying? 2. Could it go a little faster, could you? Ugh. I guess 2's better than 0. I hope something hasn't messed up with this. Maybe it's waiting for its escort to come back? Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Where are you going? Why is your waypoint so far away? Time to destination is 9 minutes 50. Hmm. Hmm. Well, we don't have an upper time limit for this mission. Okay. Let me actually have a look. I just want to... I think this was mission 4, was it? No, 3. Hmm. Yeah, someone else seems to be having the same thing. I'm just having a look at some threads on GOG. Okay, apparently you can turn up the gain speed? Alt T. Time acceleration. Guess we can put... Oh, that's what that T is. I thought that T down the bottom there was, how many lives I had. T for TIE Fighter. But no, apparently that's time acceleration. Okay, so... It kind of looks like, possibly something tied to how fast the emulation is running. This mission goes a lot longer than it's supposed to. Like, I don't know. I think the glass there is supposed to dock with the Star Destroyer or vice versa, but it's not happening, so... That's a bit of a problem. At least with time acceleration on it will go by a bit faster. Let's see, that was Alt T? Yes, okay. So I think it will take about half an hour without time acceleration on, so about a quarter of that with it on. It's apparently getting a bit closer. Oh, it's actually sped itself up. Okay. Well, maybe we won't have to wait as long as I thought, because I thought it was still, just sitting there. Yeah, I don't know. There was the option also to download a modified mission someone had done, but... require having to, reload it. Something occurred. No? Okay. It's just the music getting all excited. Okay, also I should maybe be kind of careful one person mentioned that as soon as this docked, they apparently got shot by the Star Destroyer. Ducking on the top? That's weird. You should go on the bottom. I'll just hang out near the hangar. Okay. Maybe I should fly around. Because there is that gun right in front of me there.
Excellent work, Ammo 2. Primary mission objectives completed.
Okay. Let's see. Mission complete. What did we accomplish? We brought a peaceful end to this war for at least some time of the people. Oh, for at least some of the people. These refugees we've rescued will be forever grateful to the Empire and the Imperial Navy. Hooray, we've done good. Did I say Navy? Navy. No bonus goals completed. I didn't note any. I think there is bonus objectives in every mission, even if it doesn't specifically tell you about them. Okay. Right, that's that done. Let's see, mission 4. Capture enemies. Intel has discovered the time and place for a high-level meeting between the Dimok and Ripperblus leaders. Transport Omega, 2 ships, will lead a special operations raid to capture the leaders of both sides. We're in gunboats. Each transport will have a 4-ship flight group of assault gunboats for escort and assistance. Gun Nu Yu will team with Transport Omega, and Gun Tau will team with Transport Omega 2. Okay. What's the objective? To capture the leadership of both sides in the Sepen Civil War. They will be vulnerable to capture during a deep space rendezvous near Sepen 8. Their shuttlecraft are to be disabled, then boarded by stormtrooper transports. You will fly the assault gunboat designated Nu 2 of a 4-craft flight group. For this mission, your craft has been loaded with a standard warhead armament of 16 concussion missiles. You will be teamed with Transport Omega 1, while Gunboat Tau is teamed with Transport Omega 2. Get in fast and disable the leader's shuttles. Once disabled, they will be boarded by stormtroopers and the leaders captured. You will protect the boarding operation by destroying any craft which try to interfere. Once the leaders have been captured, you will all hyperspace out to a rendezvous with the Protector. What opposition will there be? The Dimok's flagship, a modified Nebulon B2 class frigate, M/frigate Manus Farer, will be nearby. During the battle, it will deploy a full squadron of Z-95 headhunters. The Ripperblus will also have a frigate present, a standard Nebulon B class frigate Shemsher. Several Ripperblus escort shuttles will be on patrol. Hello, welcome, Felfink. I hope you're doing better. I don't think you were doing too well last time. The enemy will try to prevent the capture. They may even decide to kill their own rather than let them be captured. Concentrate on any craft which attack either of our stormtrooper transports. You are indeed. That's good news. That's good to hear. Finally over the stupid plague. Yeah. Ugh, I had a terrible few days with it. Wasn't intolerable, but it was unpleasant. I just keep thinking, though, how much more unpleasant it would have been if I hadn't had my shots. Oh well. I am quite well, thank you. A bit tired. I had some things to do today, but oh well. I have to get up at a reasonable time. What is this? Okay. What do you want to have? What do you say? Keep an eye out for any large cargo-carrying vessels. Search their cargo holds for any evidence of captured or stolen Imperial equipment. The Emperor is suspicious of how the Dimok and Republis are arming themselves. Their industrial capacity is not sufficient to explain the quantity of weapons they have been throwing into battle. They must have another source. Okay. Okay, we'll just have standard missiles. I wonder whether you can take... Oh, we can't actually take the mag launch. Oh well. Or the mag missiles. Whatever. Stable them from range? No. You were seriously considering hitting the ER because your lungs were crashed. Oh, jeez. That doesn't sound pleasant at all. I only had a rather mean temperature. Nope. Okay, we're focusing on Omega 1. I did have a little bit of difficulty breathing, but that was that was something which faded pretty quickly, and it might have just been my own anxiety. Okay, there we go. Hang on. I've been a fool. Yes, disable transport. No, that was the transport I was supposed to be. That was the transport I was supposed to be. Escorting. Fever was pretty low actually, but my lungs were not doing well. There. I think one of the most unsettling things about it all is that it's so variable. Okay, so which one was I going for? Caden must be born. They didn't actually tell me which shuttle I had to attack. Facepalm, yes. I just disable my own transport. Oh, that must be what I have to do. To my credit, I did it pretty quickly. I was wondering why it wasn't attacking me. I'll just go for Caden. Gun Tau, keep those headhunters away from Omega 2. Okay. Let's pick up some speed. I do like the improved sound of the
Target disabled.
of the ion cannons. I was missing that in X-Wing. They have a neat noise. The real crapshoot might not make you. Yeah. It just feels like it's rolling the dice on it, and I don't like that. The uncertainty is,
Target disabled.
I'm just going to disable people.
Begin boarding operation. Begin boarding operation. Target disabled. Target disabled.
There you go.
Boarding operation complete. Boarding operation complete.
Where are you? There you are. Break through shields! Okay. Just have to break through the shields and then it's smooth sailing. Oh, hello.
Target disabled.
Did they say there were some containers around here? Let me have a look. Okay, so there's a manosphere. I don't know what that line is. Temperature. Previous game was hard to tolerate. Yeah, it was just... I don't know. It's nice all the additions have made to this game. It makes a big difference. I don't see any containers around here. Other than, I guess, checking on their... on their frigate there, but...
Excellent work. Primary mission objectives complete.
Yay!
Will be pleased.
Uh-oh. People are shooting at me. Maybe I just need to hang around some more? OC-95s. You get so little respect. Oh, hello, cargo ferry. After I deal with you, I will go have a look at that. Modified Corvette. Yeah, okay. A lot of things just popped up. Don't know if I'm going to be able to get to them in time, though. Especially with this sod on my tail. Okay, log. Nebula B freighter Shemsha has entered time and space. Okay. I could probably do that and generate my lasers enough that my shields will stay up. Even though they're draining slightly. I could just keep feeding my lasers into my shields. Okay. And like, whoa! Hello. You don't like that I'm getting close. That's suspicious. Imperial GDS. Oh boy. Ow, ow, ow. Hopefully I don't have to take this down.
Secondary objective completed.
Okay. There's also that shuttle over there, which I haven't investigated. It doesn't look like I need to do anything about them. It's just like, oh... Okay, yeah, it's just like, oh, there's suspicious goings-on. Yeah, they're just engaging in their own, Barney. Think you're turning to attack me? Or not? I think you're just flying around and around in circles. Yeah, okay. Anything else I want to do? Some more escort shuttles. Oh, hello. Falarike. Calamari cruiser. I guess I'll go and investigate these. It's not saying that I have to destroy them, so that's a plus. I think I have 8. Ah, okay. They're concussion missiles and not torpedoes. Let's have a look at you, then we'll see whether we can have a look at that cruiser. Things are moving pretty quickly. Fine. Dump everything into my engines. Okay. Let's go investigate this. Okay, it's got to reach its hyperspace point in 5 minutes. I think that pretty much means I have to get over there as quickly as possible. Oh boy, my shields. I think I should only have to get within, like, 3 kilometers of it or something to be able to identify it. Maybe 2.5? Closer because it's a large vessel. 1.5? Not like 0.2 like I do with smaller vessels, anyway. Okay. Where are you going? Can I get you in time? Sure. Let's investigate this as well. Let's be thorough. Destroy, investigate. There's a thin line when working for the Empire. We can investigate the debris? Or destroy the evidence? I don't think we've really done, aside from like the extra missions for the Emperor, which is more just snoop around than anything else. We haven't really done anything too suspicious. It's been a lot of sort of border patrol and stopping people from fighting amongst themselves. Uh-oh. Okay. Hyperspace, 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 hyperspace. I'm getting out of here. Okay. Ah, there we go. Oh, hey, we got the bonus goals of identifying the Calamari cruiser and the frigate. So good job that I did that. And secondary objectives were to investigate those cargo ferries and the modified corvette. Okay. There we go. Returning from battle was victory for the Emperor.
Serve the Emperor above all others.
There's no negative side effects from this. Yay. Hey, he's happy. Oh, come on. I think this is just default. I don't think his face is actually a representation of how well I've been doing. I've thought it was, but it's always been the same. Like, he's just happy, you know, ship's destroyed. And then it's just like, ship's lost, and he's just like, you know. Anyway. Our special operation was a success with minimal casualties. As it turns out, the individuals we captured are not the Daimok and Republis leaders, but the children of both sides' leaders. Apparently, they were to be used as hostages in a cynical attempt by each side to assure the other's adherence to a new treaty. Isn't that rather a common occurrence in medieval times? This treaty calls for an immediate suspension of hostilities between them. Furthermore, they intend to join forces against us. We had hoped to persuade them to negotiate a peace settlement under Imperial auspices. This would have been preferable to the Imperial Navy imposing a settlement. Now it seems we have no choice. Sector HQ will not be happy about this. We are going to need substantial reinforcements to pacify the Seppen system. Okay. What about you? You have uncovered further evidence that someone within the Imperial Navy is selling arms to the Daimok and Republis. We must discover who this traitor is. Okay. Mission 5. Guard resupply. VSD Protector is to rendezvous with the escort carrier Chopsabor near Gouraud 2. Chopsabor is delivering the new TIE Advanced, or Avenger, as the test pilots like to call it. Ooh, fancy. TIE Fighter Alpha 3 craft will be deployed to patrol the area during the transfer operation. That's us. Daimoks and the Republis are hoping to catch us while we're vulnerable with a joint attack. TIE Bomber Beta and TIE Interceptor Gamma are on standby in case of trouble. Okay. What's the objectives of the mission? To ensure that the Admiral Harkom's flagship, VSD Protector, receives a new TIE Advance to replace the TIE Fighters and Interceptors we've lost during this operation. The escort carrier Chopsabor is to rendezvous with us shortly. You will be flying a TIE Fighter, designated Alpha 2. You will conduct area defense on the rendezvous area where the Protector is scheduled to meet escort Chopsabor. Any hostile craft which enter the area are to be immediately attacked and destroyed. What opposition will there be? Both sides of the Seppen Civil War have now determined that the Empire is their common enemy. Accordingly, they have decided to put aside their differences and join us to drive us out. There is, of course, no possibility of their succeeding. Unfortunately, they do have an pardon me. Unfortunately, they do have an opportunity to do considerable harm while this rendezvous takes place. Our probes have intercepted a frenzy of communications traffic that indicate they are preparing a major operation. Okay. Do as your commander orders, and as always, keep an eye out for anything unusual. We believe there may be another ship coming to this rendezvous. If so, we want you to inspect if you can. Okay then. Let's go carry a Chopsabor. Okay, there it is. Oh, that's one of the escort carriers. Yeah, look at that. It's one of the vacuum cleaners. TIE Fighter Alpha rendezvous with the Chopsabor. Yoki dokie. 3 TIE Advance from Frigate AA entering area at 6 kilometers. Ooh. Look at those new ships. They got kind of a bubble cockpit on them. New craft alert, 1 modified Corvette. 7 kilometers. Long Tan. 1 Calamari cruiser, Ben Het. Battle stations, hostile ships has entered the system. 3 TIE bombers from Flight Group Beta entering area 4 kilometers. Beta here, initiating torpedo attack on enemy cruiser. 4 Z-95s headhunters are arriving. TIE interceptors. TIE Alpha, stay on escort. TIE Interceptor Gamma will intercept the Z-95s. Okay. They'll have all the fun. Where are they all? Yeah, okay, they're all over there. Hey, my buddies are flying off. What is this? We're supposed to be covering this. Cover me. Escort
Order
me.
acknowledged, sir.
No, that's evasive maneuvers. I thought E was escort. It's evasive maneuvers. Yes, sir. I'll dodge. What am I dodging exactly? Fine. I will do this on my own. I want to have a look at this ship anyway. Let me see. Okay. I mean, there's E-95s. Would they have torpedoes on board? I guess they could. Yeah. Okay, you're the closest one. You're 5 kilometers away. Oh, and you've been destroyed. You're 5 kilometers away too. Okay, I was going to say, are the TIE Advanced actually, like, going into the hangar, or are they just, like, oh, are they helping attack? It looks like they're just going into the hangar. Okay. Ooh, pretty light displays going on. Oh, hang on. That's a Y-wing. Yeah, they appeared.
Alpha 2, this is Flight Group Alpha using your target for attack.
Help me. I like that it just says the message once also. In X-Wing, they would cycle through all members of your, wing group.
Acknowledged. Alpha 2 using your target for attack. Alpha 2, mission critical craft under attack.
Yes, I know.
Alpha 2.
Okay. How much damage did you take from that? Okay, that was pitiful. You have a lot of shields.
Alpha 2, mission critical craft under attack. Radio message received. Alpha 2 using your target for attack.
Oh, look at that. Again, I can actually shoot the torpedoes down. It's such a wonderful change. Chubb? Fine, okay. Hey! Leave that alone. There's some more. Actually, hitting it was quite a few torpedoes.
Transmission received. Alpha 2, using your target for attack.
I don't know whether my friends have actually come over here or not to help me. Careful, I don't want to shoot the craft.
Alpha 2, mission critical craft under attack.
He's flying in that difficult to aim at spot on the map.
Order acknowledged, sir. Using your target for attack.
Okay.
This is Light Group Alpha, using your target for attack. Excellent work, Alpha 2. Alpha 2, mission critical craft under attack.
How many friggin' torpedoes are there around here? Not torpedoes. Y-wings, okay.
Acknowledged, Alpha 2, using your target for attack.
That can't be good. What shot down one of my buddies? Is there an Z95 headhunter over here? I think so. Fuzzum. I like that flight group name. Jeanette.
Alpha 2, mission critical craft under attack.
Is it? Shuttle Umlaut. Must be inspected. Where's that? I haven't seen any shuttles. You must have popped in and hopped out really quickly. They're going for me. Uh-oh.
Radio message received. Alpha 2, using your target for attack.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Ow. Well, they blew out my missile reader. That's fine. It's not like I have missiles. Yeah. Oh, that one was aiming for me.
Superb work, Alpha 2. Primary objectives completed.
Okay, good. Return now and refresh your TIE advanced skills in the simulator. Ooh. Why would we have to do that? One shuttle. Oh, hello. There's the shuttle. Ah! No! Damn it. Just about to fly off and investigate. Select representatives are brought from 2 warring worlds to hear a message of peace from the Empire.
The civil war that has ravaged your planets is over. It is time to lay down your arms. Join us to rebuild all that was destroyed in this savage conflict. Even now, the process of repairing your planets has begun.
Yay! Another medal. After they fished our corpse out of the sky again. Oh. Oh well. As I said earlier, I'm going to take it. A victory is a victory. What did we accomplish? You fulfilled your duties as required. The TIE Advanced will be entered into service immediately. It would appear that the attack was a desperate last-ditch attempt to thwart Imperial ambitions in this sector. We expect this sector to be much more cooperative from now on. Since the TIE Advanced is ready for frontline service, it would be wise of you to brush up on your skills on this craft in a combat chamber. Okay. That's all for now. Are there any special instructions? Disregard the order to return to the hangar immediately and inspect shuttle umlaut immediately instead. Yeah, I would have done that. I didn't return of my own volition. They kind of had to carry me in. Oh well. There we go. Wait, that was the last one for that mission? Oh, I guess it was. Okay. I was going to say, I thought maybe there was 6 missions, but, nope, there was 5 missions, and we got our medal. Oh, we didn't get any of the bonus objective things. I thought we got some of those. Maybe we didn't get all of them, that's why we didn't get it. Neat. Medal of Unity. Cool. Okay, well, I'm going to take a brief break, so I'll pause the recording here, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, we're back. Also, OBS is saying, welcome to the chat room. Did my stream disconnect while I was away? Let me see. Don't think there's really an easy way to see. Yep, seems like it did. Because it's saying I've been live for just under 2 minutes, where I've actually been live for, more like 2 hours and 14 minutes, so... Oh well. At least it was during the break. Means nobody missed out on anything. Hello, welcome back. We're live again. Yeah, apparently it dropped out while I was away. Oh well. Nothing of importance was lost. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I wonder why it happened in the first place. I don't know. Why does anything like this happen? Pardon me. Just... Okay. Where? No. Hang on. Hang on. My mouse isn't... My mouse wasn't, like, centered properly on the screen. You thought I'd said bye-bye, you missed it. No? I think I've got some more in me. Yeah, I'm actually enjoying TIE Fighter a fair bit more than I was expecting. I think while I was playing X-Wing, I think you could tell I might have been finding it to be a bit of a slog. I think X-Wing so far has been overall more difficult than TIE Fighter. TIE Fighter has had at least one really difficult mission. I think the narrative helps a lot. And it's not... X-Wing, most of the missions are sort of escort this. Intercept enemy, like, bombers which are coming to destroy it. Or go dogfight these. Whereas TIE Fighter has you doing more varied plots. You're not always the people doing the dogfighting. In that last one, I was really just fighting off Y-Wings. And all the other dogfighting was done by others. So that was neat. Just taking the pressure off me. And I got to sort of just focus on my own thing. X-Wing, often it felt like I had to do all the objectives at once. Because my wingmen were kind of useless. Whereas in this, it seems like I can kind of leave the AI to do their objectives on their own. Which makes it quite a bit more tolerable. Anyway, let's have a look at the combat chamber, because we're told that we could actually do the TIE Advanced. Yeah, there we go. I mean, we could use all of them. We could use the TIE Defender in here, too. I don't think we'll bother with that. Let's just go into a new mission. New land system. Battle on the frontier. Establish a new Imperial base. Ooh, okay. What's this one? Load base equipment. Our first step in building the new frontier station is to load material and parts for the base's assembly. Like this, we have an overall objective and the missions are going to follow that. This equipment is awaiting loading at a manufacturing facility near the planet Argoon. X-Wing kind of had that, but I felt like they lost it frequently. Our reconnaissance flight reports that the facility has been abandoned, but the containers are intact. We suspect that the rebels have scared off the base personnel and are planning an assault. TIE Bomber Alpha 1 will inspect the containers to identify the ones with the station assembly parts. That's us. Our forces must load the base assembly equipment onto the VSD Stalwart before the rebel attack. Okay, we're with a different Star Destroyer. Okay. What are the mission objectives? At the manufacturing facility near the planet Argoon, we plan to pick up the equipment and material needed for the construction of a new space installation in the Outer Rim territories. This facility has been mysteriously abandoned. We suspect the rebels are up to something here. Don't they have like black boxes on these things or something? Our main goal is to make sure the right equipment is found and loaded onto the Victory-class Star Destroyer Stalwart. Then we can deal with whatever the rebels may have in store for us. Therefore, inspect all the containers in the area looking for the station assembly material. Are the rebels going to pop out of the containers or something? I remember that being a thing in X-Wing. Except it was TIE fighters, so... they're going to use their own tactics against us. You will be flying a TIE bomber designated Alpha 1. You will be sole craft in your flight group. Oh, great. Your ship will be armed with 8 concussion missiles. I mean, I guess at least they're willing to, like... they're willing to trust us with sole responsibility for this mission. I guess inspecting cargo containers isn't that difficult, but what opposition will there be? Our reconnaissance flight found the facility to be abandoned, with no sign of the base personnel or any craft. We suspect a rebel attack may be imminent. We believe the site was abandoned when the rebels signaled their intentions to destroy the facility. Inspect the containers as fast as possible. Okay. And cloaked figure isn't there. We'll just take the missiles. Okay. Full speed ahead. Let's go inspect us some containers. Alpha 1, inspect all the containers. Yes, yes. Could you have put me in an interceptor? That would make this go faster. Oh. Aha. Aha. Look at the container's name. THX1136. Is it going to be 1138? Station parts. It was the very first container. Oh, hello. It's a Y-Wing. What do I do about that, sir? 3 TIE fighters from Flight Group Gamma entering area at 4 kilometers. Okay. Don't worry about it. Empty. Station parts. Oh, okay. There's multiple station parts. Heavy lifter Mule 2. I like that the lifters are called Mule. It's actually a whole bunch of different containers around here. Ooh, variety. Where is that Y-Wing anyway? Oh, it's over there. Okay. Here's THX1138. B1. It's got B1. Is there B2? You're gonna have bananas. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Station parts. Another Y-wing. I wonder if inspecting these is what's calling the Y-wings. If I slowed down the inspection. Jeez. Don't blow up the containers. I have a mission. If you destroy this, I swear. Like the nasty hickey tattoo that the Emperor's given me on my arm, you'll get such a talking to.
Good work, Alpha 1.
Yay.
Primary mission objectives completed.
Good, you found the containers. What did you say? Good, you have found the containers with the station equipment. As soon as the HLFs return with the containers, we can go. Yay. There is another Y-wing. What are you doing? You're going for me? I mean, whatever.
This is Vita 1. Target
What?
destroyed. This is...
Hey! Oh, they might just be destroying the empty ones.
This is Vita 1. Target destroyed.
Oh, look! VSD Stalwart, it's got Thrawn on board. We're under the command of Admiral Thrawn, I guess. Crowning Corvette. What's this? Transport. That's pretty neat. So where's the Corvette? Dragon. Okay. And Scouter. Looks like they're going to go and destroy it before I even get close. Yeah. Can't stop, won't stop identifying. No!
Alpha 1. Target destroyed. Good work, Alpha 1. Secret mission objectives complete.
Oh! Oh, jeez! Don't do that! Splinter? It's going for me! Oh, come on! I'm just a bomber! Okay.
Alpha 1. This is Yammo 2. Target destroyed.
Oh, the Corvette Dragon's been destroyed. Don't crash into a container. Oh, jeez. Nope, there's still some sort of my tail. It's that frickin' shuttle.
Target destroyed. This is Mu 1. Commence boarding operation. Alpha 1. This is Mu 1. Boarding operation complete.
Good, good. I like that they're reporting to me. It makes me feel special.
This is Delta 1. Target destroyed. This is Beta 1. Target destroyed.
I unscrew my space thermos and have a drink.
This is Gamma 1. Target destroyed.
Through like a straw, I affixed to my
This is Mu 1.
space suit.
Operation.
Because we can't take our helmet off.
This is Mu 1. Boarding operation complete.
Because TIEs don't have
This is Mu 1. Boarding operation begun.
or at least TIE bombers don't have an atmosphere in them.
Boarding operation complete.
Is there anything else going on? Oh. Jeez, it scared me when they opened fire and started blowing up all the crates. I thought they'd gone berserk and were destroying all the ones with the important parts in them. Like, this is what I mean, aside from X-Wing. In X-Wing, if I was doing this, there'd be like 3 waves of Y-Wings, which would be specifically targeting the containers to destroy them. Oh, jeez. Whereas in this, it's like, there's some ships, but as soon as they appear, the Star Destroyer back there offloaded some more fighters to actually take care of them, because I'm in a bomber. Certainly, you're in more capable ships in X-Wing, what with them having shields and all, but... And there's some B-Wings, too. Oh. It might help if I increase my speed.
Mu 1. Boarding operation begun. This is Mu 1. Boarding operation complete.
Now look, they actually launched some more bombers.
This is Mu 1. Boarding operation begun. This is Mu 1. Boarding operation complete.
Okay. But just waiting for the mules to get back to the VSD. Are they actually ferrying the containers? I think they are. They have them underneath them. Yeah, look at that. They've like grappled onto the top of the container. I guess maybe we could watch them go into the docking hole. Hangar. There we go. Thank you, Gay. the ship hole. Let's move away a little bit. There we go. That one's still got satellite parts on it. Oh. Yeah, it's being carried. Oh, there it is.
Secondary mission objectives completed.
Yay. Okay, transport scouter was destroyed. Well, oh, okay, that was our bonus objective, not to identify it. Do we have anything else to do? Oh, an A-wing. Don't go for me. Excellent. All parts of the future installation are on board. Okay. We need all of our speed. Oh, jeez. What just happened? Hang on. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Starfighter collision damage is on. I felt certain that just collided with me and blew up. But I didn't take any damage from it. I mean, I didn't die from it. Oh, well, whatever. I mean, even like it's flaming wreckage, I didn't die from that. And let's go do a flyby of the flight deck so we can wave to Commander Thrawn, to Captain Thrawn, or whatever his rank is. Admiral Thrawn? Admiral Thrawn. I think he's an admiral in this. I don't actually know. Hello. I did good, didn't I? Tell me I did good. Okay, I think we can finish this. Though that A-wing showing up did make me wonder whether there might be some more stuff. I'm just going to end it. There we go. We completed all of our goals. Nice. Yay. We killed 3. Ships destroyed by player 3. Ships lost 2 TIE fighters. What did we accomplish? Good work. You have identified and located the equipment we need to build the new space installation. Do we really just, like, use stuff we find floating around? I guess. I thought you said there was an abandoned space station around here. Did the rebels disassemble it and put it into boxes? They're going to be drowning in packing peanuts. Excellent job. The heavy lifters successfully loaded the base equipment onto the VSD Stalwart. We now have all the equipment that is needed for the new base's construction. Okay. Destroy pirate outpost. The Pekuni system is an area rife with pirates and smugglers, where intergalactic trade is perilous. Under Vice Admiral Thrawn, there we go, the Empire will establish a new space installation to bring order to this sector. The outposts from which the pirates operate must be neutralized. The frigate Ludwig will lead the attack. Modified frigate. Okay. TIE bombers Alpha and Beta are to strike the corvettes first using proton torpedoes. We're in TIE bomber Alpha. Okay, so there's 3 corvettes apparently. And then there's... yeah, the pirates have assembled a strong armada of craft with which to defend themselves. Y-Wings and Z-95s. Okay. A station in the middle, or is it a supply crate? Intelligence reports that the Pekuni pirates are also getting protection from the rebels. Okay. Would a single frigate be enough for this? Well. What are the mission objectives? Vice Admiral Thrawn has been given the duty of ridding the Outer Rim territories of pirates and smugglers. One of the bases they have been operating from is an outpost in the Pekuni system. Your task is to lead the assault on this base and to destroy the Corellian corvettes that are protecting it. This base must be systematically and completely destroyed so that a new Imperial facility may be constructed in its place. What will be flying? You'll be flying TIE Bomber designated Alpha 1. Your flight group will consist of 3 craft and you will be flying lead. Your craft will be armed with double load of 12 proton torpedoes. We can expect to see Z-95s and Y-Wings among the pirate forces. There are also reports that the rebels are providing protection, so be on the lookout for the standard rebel spacecraft. You mean X-Wings, Y-Wings, A-Wings, B-Wings, and so on, I guess? Okay. I'm going to serve the Emperor. Inspect the enemy containers before you destroy them. You may find contraband for us to capture. Okay. I guess it's better than having it, like, floating in space. Right, so I guess after you destroy the corvettes, fly in and inspect the containers. Sure. I wonder whether you ever actually need to use heavy bombs and heavy rockets, or you get given them to use. I don't think they teach you how to use them, so you just don't have to read about them in the manual. X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, I don't think they ever really told you much about them. Hey, there's the, Nebulon B2 frigate. Ludwig. Okay.
Transmission received. Alpha 1, using your target for attack.
You go for that one. I will go for this one. Ah! Where's my cover, damn it?
Alpha 1, mission critical craft under attack.
Okay. I hope that'll be enough.
Target destroyed.
Good.
Target destroyed.
Good.
Radio message received. Alpha 1, using your target for attack.
How fast is it going? I don't actually know. 5. Okay. Beta 1's down. I thought we were supposed to be... Oh no, we're Alpha 1. Ugh.
This is Beta 2. Target destroyed.
Good, good.
This is Beta 2. Target destroyed.
Yeah. Again, the red light up there means that I'm being targeted.
Secondary objectives complete. The Emperor will be pleased.
Okay.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
What's that? Bakuni? Hey, buddy.
Hunting Alpha 1.
No.
Good shooting Alpha 1.
Okay. Oh boy, there's an A-wing. Let's continue inspecting containers. That container's got rebels in it. I guess they want to capture that one because there was that transport. Oh, good. You destroyed him. Well done. Okay, that one's a workshop. What about this one? Supplies. Okay. Well, we have command over the area. That went well. Can I call in a supply? Resupply? No. Okay, which one's the one with the rebels in it? That one. Okay, and there's the, assault transport.
This is Beta 2. Target destroyed.
I think you should be careful not to be too close to something when it blows up. I think the explosion can deal damage to you. That might only be really big vessels, though.
Alpha 1, begin boarding operation. Boarding operation complete. Secret mission objectives
Yay!
completed.
Superlative job. I approve of their word usage. That was quick. Okay, oh, hello. I was going to say, I guess we'll just wait for that assault transport to I can't give anyone any orders. I'm all alone. Oh, you're going after the frigate. I guess we'll wait for the assault transport to dock with the frigate again. Oh, hello. And X-Wings. It's going for me. Following flight leader, following flight leader. That means they're going to go for me. There they are. Oh, there's 2 of them there. 3 of them there, actually. I could quit. Are they attacking it with torpedoes? Yeah, I think they are. Nope. Okay. Time to put that training to use.
Work, Alpha 1.
I thought I was charging my lasers. Why are you so maneuverable? Nope, you're going for me. pick up speed. Oh, hello. It's a B-Wing. When did you show up? 3 shuttles? Wait, hang on. I smell something to inspect. You're going for me, aren't you? Yep. Oh boy. Okay, no cargo. They probably don't have anything on board. Yeah, I mean... Oh! Damn it. Oh. Oh, we have to destroy the container groups. And the frigate didn't survive. I guess because we didn't... Returning to battle and need a medical assistance. No. Get filled up with that healing juice. Okay, let's fly the mission again. Oh. Ah. Okay.
Acknowledge. Alpha 1. Using your target for attack.
Yeah, I know we've engaged the enemy thing.
Alpha 1. This is Beta 1. Target destroyed. Alpha 1. Mission critical craft under attack.
Thank you for the heads up. Wait a moment. Ah. I thought I might have been going a bit slow. Don't mind me, I'm just going to drink my tea. It tastes wonderful. Especially near imminent destruction. 54 seconds left, eh? Any moment now. If we can figure out how to get to me. There we go. Yes. Okay. Let's do it again.
Transmission received. Alpha 1. Using your target for attack.
Okay, now, careful. Be aware, I'm going to get attacked by Z95s. Yep, there they come.
This is Beta 1. Target destroyed. Alpha 1. Mission
Good job.
critical craft under attack. Good work, Alpha 1. Radio message received. Alpha 1. Using your target for attack. This is Beta 1. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
No! What are you doing? I didn't tell you to destroy that container.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. This is Beta 1. Target destroyed.
Did you destroy the one with the rebels in it? No, my bonus objectives. Oh no.
Excellent work, Alpha 1.
There we go.
Secondary mission objectives completed. The Emperor will be pleased.
I really wish they wouldn't start destroying the containers until, like, I don't know. I gave the okay, but... So they're just over-enthusiastic. Who are you going for? Yeah, there's just one of you. Yeah, there we go. Oh, are you... Oh, look at that. They're like flying in formation with me. Cool. I didn't realize the AI did that. Look at that. They're like... Yeah, they're flying, and they're turning with me. That's neat. I've never seen the AI do that, like, for me. I guess because I've never really been the group leader. Want to get... Hang on.
This is Beta 1. Target destroyed.
Oh. Again, I was worried there for a moment. It's kind of weird how they're mirroring my movements like that. So are they supposed to fly in front of me to screen me, or do I fly in the front of them in an arrow formation? I haven't been taught standard Imperial flight formations. I always found the biggest problem with like flying in formation with the AI is that I can't anticipate what the AI is going to do. It's not like they tell you, oh, I'm turning left, I'm turning right, or, you know, the space equivalent. You can set your speed to what your you know, wingman are flying, but
Commence boarding operation.
you have to actually select them for that.
Boarding operation complete. Excellent work, Alpha 1. Secret mission objectives completed.
And I find that the view is too restrictive to really see them. Like, they're outside of my view now. I guess they're behind me. And if I'm like zooping all over the place, they might just get confused. Yeah, okay. Oh, hang on. Hold up a moment. Get out of here, you. Oh, it was a bot. First time in quite a while. Okay, let me... There we go. Okay. You going for me? No. Because I'm Alpha 1, not Beta 1. What about you? You're going for me? Okay.
Alpha 1. This is Flight Group Alpha using your target for attack.
Yeah. Craft not responding to order. No, I didn't mean that.
Acknowledged. Alpha 1. Alpha 1.
Basic maneuvers. Here they come. You still going for me? Yes. Yeah. There goes Alpha 2. Oh, jeez. Alpha 3, give me some room. So, you told me to attack this target. Ah. Oh, Alpha 3. Sooner I get rid of you, the sooner I can deal with the guy who's shooting me. Oh boy. Well, I can't survive another hit like that. I'm surprised none of my systems got damaged. I'm getting out of that. On. You got 2 hole left. Great. Where are you? Has the music gone into like a serious, like, dangerous mode? I can't tell where anything is. You're somewhere. Over this way. I'm just spinning around in space. There you are. This is for taking out my targeting systems.
Excellent hunting, Alpha 1.
Okay. Over there. Well, I mean, the frigate's doing a pretty good job of protecting itself. Oh great, you're hunting me down. Why? Why me? What have I done? Who's firing torpedoes? Oh. No. Damn it. Okay, try again.
Order acknowledged, sir. Using your target for attack.
Okay, you attack Schleich, I'll attack Clavier. Then I will send 2 torpedoes after Grappler again. And then dodge.
This is Beta 1. Target destroyed. Alpha 1. Mission critical craft under attack. Excellent work.
I kind of wish they said something a bit different than mission critical craft. I think I remember that from X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, and I think in that it's used to designate a friendly is being attacked. Or at least that's how I usually remember it. It's just radio evasive actions. You're not the boss of me. So I have a panic attack whenever I hear that, you know, mission critical craft, it's under it, reports, it's under attack.
Excellent hunting, Alpha 1.
Don't bother about them. Oh, jeez. Hang on, what?
Acknowledged, Alpha 1. Using your target for attack. This is Beta 1. Target destroyed. Target
Good.
destroyed. This is Beta 1. Target destroyed. This is Beta 1. Target destroyed. This is Beta 1. Target destroyed.
Okay, we found the rebels again. Which one are the rebels in? CRM 908A1. Okay. Kern Poba 1. Okay. Maybe the A-Wing spawns in to distract everyone, so that you can get some more time to discover the container. Hello, welcome. Buy Fubar and viruses and destroy your rig on nothing.viruslord.self-destruct/non-malicious content. Sounds reputable to me. For rural. Hello, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Someone needs to get like the URL extension .frl if it doesn't already exist, so they can have for rural at the end of their websites. Oh, I think that line just designates its waypoint.
This is Beta 1. Target destroyed.
Okay. Don't destroy that one. That one's got rebels in it. Okay, so one of our mission objectives is to destroy all the other containers, so let's just do that.
Target destroyed.
It might be waiting on us doing that. I don't know what Pakuni is. It might be people.
Target destroyed.
Do we need this workshop one?
Begin boarding operation.
I guess not.
Excellent shooting. Secret mission objectives complete.
Okay, you've got the rebels. I can blow this up now.
Good work, Alpha 1. Target destroyed. Excellent work, Alpha 1. Primary objectives completed.
Good. The pirates' forces and their base of operations has been destroyed. I guess I had been forgetting about doing something. Oh no, my wingmates are all dead. Oh well. The Pakuni pirate outpost has been eliminated. Yeah, okay. I guess the Pakuni are the pirates. Just in containers. I guess they like give an atmosphere to containers and use them as like barracks and all that. Let's look at this frigate. I kind of like and dislike the look of this type of frigate. I don't know. It's weird for the Nebulon B. And I think it's because it looks different. I don't particularly like it. But it's a nice variation, and I kind of like the tilted engines at the back. The split wing at the front, it looks neat as well, but it also looks kind of weird. I don't know. I guess it's got neat bits and, bad bits. I'm weird. Oh, I have strange wing bits and a staggered engine. I'm so judgmental of ships. I need to consider their feelings. I guess the ship thinks the same of me, yeah. Oh! Yeah, we're getting attacked. Let's not slow down.
Hunting Alpha 1.
I think we're just about to collide there. We both turn off in the same direction. Nope. Okay, good, good. Okay. I've completed all of my objectives. I guess I can dock now? But here's these shuttles and B-wings. Which are going after me, probably. These shuttles don't have the speed, but they've got more powerful shields, I think, than the Rebel starfighters. This is dumb. Okay, I got some hit off. Part of the problem is they're so slow. I actually catch up with them whenever I'm trying to, like, fire at them. And then one of their buddies takes the opportunity where I need to slow down to open fire on me. Ah, exactly. Oh well, we completed our objectives, I think. So I think that counts as a win. Yay, we won. You advanced to Commander. Nice. Yay. Hey, we completed all objectives. I guess those ones are just there for bonuses? Excellent. You have helped destroy the pirates' main staging area from launching attacks against intergalactic commerce. Now we can begin to build an Imperial outpost to prevent further predatory attacks on legitimate trading vessels. A strong Imperial presence here will help trade to flourish again. Okay, what have you got to say? You helped us find rebel advisors. The rebels have an extensive presence in the area. We have begun to interrogate the prisoners, and we hope to have a great deal of information soon. Okie dokie. Next mission. Hold position. The pirates' outpost in Pakudi system was destroyed during our last engagement. We have orders to defend our position and wait for the convoy carrying the new space installation. I guess we expect that the modified frigate Ludwig will come under attack from the rebels and pirates operating here. Ludwig. Sorry, not Ludwig. I guess they're supplying the space station in parts. The convoy should arrive in 15 minutes. You will escort it here when it shows up. Okay, well, we're in a TIE fighter. Well, I feel a bit better about that. There is an interceptor, though. We are running low on active TIE bombers, so your TIE fighter has been modified to carry missiles. Because you keep getting them blown up. Or maybe they're running out of torpedoes. The frigate is only so large. Okay. One of the mission objectives? To clear the area around the modified frigate Ludwig. Stop any enemy craft from launching warheads on our command ship. The Imperial Navy has established its first foothold in the Pakudi system as part of its objective of clearing the area of pirates and rebels. Intelligence expects that they will not give up this sector easily. You will be the flight leader in a TIE fighter designated Alpha 1. You will have 3 wingmen. Your craft will be armed with 8 concussion missiles. The pirates from the Pakudi system and the rebels will combine forces to throw a variety of craft at you. We expect the entire range of starfighter attack craft to be brought into this battle. Okay. Even like T-Wings? I could load it with torpedoes. We'll go with missiles. I think when they want the TIE fighters to fire missiles, they actually add the tubes onto the struts which the wings are stuck onto. Because they don't have a torpedo launch system in the chassis of the fighter itself. Stay alert, keep an sharp eye out for any incoming craft. Okay. 2 TIE fighters are entering the position. Are we flying in formation? Yeah, we are! We've actually got our buddies with us again. Oh, that's cool. Uh-oh. Frigate Huntress. A rebel frigate has entered the area. Attack at once. Okay, TIE interceptors have entered the hangar. What? Oh, come on, come back. Well, I can't destroy it with my missiles. And I wouldn't have had enough torpedoes to... Oh, great. Z95s and B-Wings. Well, the B-Wings are important, because they're going to go after our, Oh, my wingmen are broken off. They're going to go after our,
This is Flight Group Alpha using your target for attack.
after our frigate. So, let's go after the B-Wings. How close is our frigate to this? Okay. It's a good distance away. We're like dogfighting in the space between them. That's pretty cool.
Transmission received. Alpha 1, using your target for attack.
Go after that B-wing. Don't let it.
Alpha 1, mission critical craft under attack.
Exactly. The modified frigate Ludwig is under attack. Protect her.
Alpha 1, this is Flight Group Alpha using your target for attack.
Oh, hang on. I've got Y-wings.
Order acknowledged, sir. Using your target for attack.
Go after them. I'll go after these.
Acknowledged. Alpha 1, using your target for attack. Acknowledged. Alpha 1, using your target for attack. Shooting.
How much damage have you taken? There's rockets also.
Alpha 1, mission critical craft. Shields down.
That's not good.
Radio message received. Alpha 1, using your target for attack.
More Y-Wings.
Excellent work, Alpha 1.
Ah. No! We've been captured. I thought I was protecting my ship. But did I get destroyed by the, rebel frigate? They had flown very close then. I hadn't noticed that.
Prisoners, move into the building now.
Yay. I'm kind of disappointed you don't get, like, a scene of you languishing in a prison cell or something. Feels like it should go on for one more scene, that. Okay, let's try again. This is a fun mission. It doesn't feel like too much all at once. I think you have to, like, be a little bit careful of how fast you move around. Because otherwise your wingman sort of... your wingman sort of... lose track of where you are. I don't know why all the interceptors end up going into the ship. Okay. They're all coming from the ship, so it should be a pretty easy matter of just, like, shooting them as they pop out, really. Here goes Alpha 2.
Alpha 1, this is Flight Group Alpha using your target for attack. Good work, Alpha 1. Order acknowledged, sir. Using your target for attack.
Ludwig has 90 shields. Stop any X-Wings from making torpedo runs. Okay. What? I heard that. Someone released a torpedo. Okay, 48 shields. That's not as bad as it was last time, I think. Okay, there's some more Y-Wings. Okay, they hyperspace in. Oh. I was wondering, it's like, why are those spinning there? I was like, oh. Because I stopped moving.
Output 1. Mission critical craft. Shields down.
Really? Just after that? I thought you would have had a bit more. Three modified frigates. Our convoy with the new space station is here. Yay! We just have to destroy the rest of these fighters. There's more X-Wings.
Superb work, Alpha 1. Primary mission objectives completed. The Emperor will be pleased.
Okay. Excellent job. Return to the Ludwig. Hmm.
Good hunting, Alpha 1.
Well, we've technically won.
Excellent shooting, Alpha 1.
I kind of wish you could, like, store a shot in your laser bank or something. So even if you went at full speed with your engines, you would be able to get one shot off at full power. Building, supplies, building. Hey, look, it's a stalwart. Ugh. It's everyone. Horvus. Ludwig. 30 hold left. Eesh. Hey, look, that's quite the array of ships over there. Oh, Thrawn's not on board. Oh well. Yeah, okay. Let's just go back aboard the Ludwig. Don't think there's any other missions we need to do. Or any other objectives. Nope. There we go. Our forces repulsed the combined attack against the Ludwig. We held out long enough to have the relief forces and the construction unit arrive. We are on the verge of having this system under Imperial control. Vice Admiral Thrawn is very pleased with the performance of his TIE starfighter units. I guess that means us, the pilots. Or, unless he's just happy with how the ships are flying. It's a very impersonal way to say that. Oh well. Yeah, we did good. Pity for the wingman of mine who died, but oh well. Yay. I didn't know what the bonus objectives was. Maybe destroy the rebel frigate? I guess if I had, like, loaded torpedoes. But, 15 kills. 7 losses, so... Oh well. That was remarkably few of us going up against all that. Usually, like, we were taught, like, the Empire was fights in, you know, superiority of numbers. But if it was just, like, 8 of us... I mean, there was more towards the end there, but... Yeah. Okay. Let's see. How do we go for time? This is mission 4. That's halfway through this one. I tell you what, I think we'll call it there for tonight. We'll continue with this next time. I am still rather, kind of tired. So, yeah, we've already finished one of the, battles. And we'll continue with this one next time. I'm enjoying these missions a lot. I like the extra narrative. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing things, as I said. The X-Wing missions, they had kind of a narrative, but I think they were kind of constrained by the movies a bit too much. And it was sort of, you know, it's like, oh, there's a diplomatic mission. They don't really hear about it. I like these ones. They're sort of focused. A selection of focused missions on a specific thing. And they have a lot of continuity between them. You see the same ships. You have the constant references to the same thing. Like this one's we're building a space station. The previous one was interrupting a dispute between 2 groups. And so on. So it's a lot easier to get invested in that. Yeah. I wish they made more of these. Like an X-Wing 2, TIE Fighter 2. I'd like to have seen an X-Wing 1 with the level of narrative that, the TIE Fighter has. And, apparently that can open up now. So you can continue the battle, rather than go into the, change battles. I guess that goes directly to here? Yeah, okay. Okay, well, we'll save it there, and we'll continue with Star Wars TIE Fighter next time. Well, thank you very much for joining. I hope you join me there.